Guys, what is up? It is Steve with Scotch and Things. Thanks for watching. It's time to do my 1 month EDC carry update on my Grimsmo Norseman number 4710. If you watched the first video, you knew I bought this brand new. Paid quite a bit of money for it. I've kind of lusted after them for a long time and finally decided to pull the trigger, and I got one. And if you're just watching this video for the first time, check out my unboxing video. What I do is when I get a new knife, I unbox it, show it to you guys, and then I carry it for a month, come back and tell you what I think about it. By no means am I an expert or anything like that. I just really enjoy knives and stuff, EDC gear and anything else, and just share it with you guys. So kind of to recap a little bit, I've wanted one of these knives since the very first time I saw one, like 5 years ago. They've just really, I don't know, it was always just that when I saw it, it's very polarizing. You either love this knife or you hate it. Maybe you might be somewhere in the middle. I was one of those guys that when I first saw one, I thought, man, I would love to have one. And like I said, 5 years ago, the knives I was buying was like, this was the most expensive knife I'd ever bought at like $55. And I thought that would be the most expensive knife I ever owned. You know, I didn't think I would ever spend this kind of money on a knife. And then I got into the hobby and started spending more and more, and still I wasn't spending anywhere near what I bought this for. And then as you progress in the hobby, like with anything, you just start spending more and more. Well, I finally got one, and guys, I couldn't be happier. I know lately there's been some hate on this knife, but from my experiences, it's done everything I've asked it to, and I absolutely love it. And could I have gotten one cheaper? Yeah, we'll go over. I'll make probably another video. Are they worth it, or are they still relevant? But in my eyes, very much so. It's just a solid knife. It's honestly, I know I say this about a lot of my knives after that month is up, but I've been dreading, it's actually a little bit over a month. I was on the road when, you know, for work when my month carry came up. So I've got to carry it a little bit longer than a month. And I don't know what to say. It's going to be very hard. I was just talking to my brother last night, and he said, well, just keep carrying it. And I said, well, I've got a lot of other knives I need to get hands on with and carry. And I honestly say that I want to push those aside or hurry up and get through them so I can start carrying this again. Maybe I'll take this on the road with me for work so I can still fidget with it and play with it. But I love this knife. It hasn't let me down. Like, for me, the hype was there. The value was there. I have no problems. Hold on real quick. I have no problems paying what I did for this knife. And honestly, I've thought about buying another one. It's sick. Why do I need two of the same knife, especially when they're this much money? That's how much I like it. So to go over it again, you know, and I'm going to touch on some things that I might have missed on my unboxing too, because I was so excited. But I mean, just like the thumb stud, like I know I missed this on the first time. It looks like a Chris Reeve thumb stud. That the sharp tip has been cut off. Do you see there where a lot of people complain about the Chris Reeve tip where you get Sabenza thumb or whatever? They've knocked that down. And then even the milling, sorry, get it to focus. Do you see how this is like right here? It's like stepped. It's like, it's not focusing really well. There we go. Like this lower part right here It's even in, it's got a little indent right there where you can like push in on to get it to go. I know I missed this last time too. I mean, the amount of detail that's in this knife is insane, and I just enjoy it. Just look at the detail they take on the, if I can see the screws there. I mean, look at just the fine detail work on the hardware. They make everything in-house, except for the bearings. Those they ship them, but they make the bearing cages in-house. So I mean, everything is done in-house. The action on it is just phenomenal. It's just it's a sweet, sweet knife. And like I said, you know, this isn't the original color. It's a little bit more darker purple. It's called plum, but it's a little bit more darker purple. And to freshen that up, I just need to hit it with some Windex. But it carries. So let's get into the, you know, I've gushed now for 6 minutes. So sorry if you've held on for 6 minutes. Let's talk about the actual like performance of the knife. And carrying it, it is so, it's a big knife. Okay, it's large. So there it is against a large Sebenza 21. So it's a big knife, but it's so thin, it carries so small, it doesn't really honestly feel like a big knife in my hand, if that makes sense. I mean, it's a large knife, and I like big knives, so it's not a big deal for me. I mean, you know, I like big knives. There's a Praetorian T. So honestly, carrying it was a dream, because even though it is a little longer and taller, it's so thin. It's just super easy to carry. The ergonomics on it, guys, are absolutely fantastic. The Grimsmos, so you gotta think, I think they've been making this knife since 2000. Oh man, I'm number 4,000 now. When 2012, am I right? I might be wrong, I might be right. It's been a while. This knife's been out for a while. 2012, 2004, I can't remember. And along the way, they make the knife looks, if you looked at number 1 compared to now, they look very similar, but they've made minute changes along the way, all towards perfecting and performing for the knife to perform better. So, you know, I respect that. You know, mine's a fairly new knife, and he's testing out lock bar, or not lock bar inserts. There's a lock bar insert right there. I didn't talk about that last time. See that over travel stop disc right there? It's on the inside, and the detail, it's the same color as the hardware. But so they're constantly tweaking and doing, it's lock face. He's working on a lock face insert right now. Sorry, it escaped my mind. It's a fairly simple knife. I'll do a takedown. Here's the packaging. I mean, the packaging is phenomenal, but I'll do a teardown video eventually, and cleaning, because it's not dirty, but I bet you I could, it's super smooth after a month. Like I said, it's gone everywhere with me except for to work. So like, it's gone on the road with me, but I leave it. I don't carry it on the job site. So this isn't a work EDC, this is just a EDC. But as soon as, if we went out that night after work or whatever, this is what went in my pocket. Like I said, the ergonomics are fantastic. The cutting performance for me, like a lot of people complain about the blade, and is it just novelty or is it actually useful? Well, if you've watched any of my unboxing videos or whatever on other knives or anything over the last month, you'll know that this secondary tip is awesome. The front tip, I've used it. I can well, I just did a video, but some people complain about this tip is too big and too thick. but they made it to be a working knife. Honestly, you know, I've heard them say don't pry open a paint can with it, but you can use this knife. This tip is robust for a reason. They've made it to last. They didn't want it to be super delicate. It might look fragile or look like an art piece, but it's actually a working knife, and they want you to use it. So everything is got a function here, and I've found it very easy to I'll get the tip in something, and then I'll slide that in and just pull across for a cut. Push cuts with this recurve blade are awesome. Like I said, I will never sharpen this myself because I'll always send this off somewhere to have a pro do it. But this is my first recurve blade, and it's hard to describe. It came very, very sharp, and it cuts very, very well. And honestly, I found zero faults with this knife. And honestly, I keep saying honestly, listen to that, I'm babbling again. I don't know if I'd get a brand new one again and pay the money, but I do think I'm gonna start looking for another used one. I don't know why. I'm sick in the head. Who knows? Maybe one with a black blade. But the action is phenomenal. I love it. I mean, it's been an awesome knife, and I'm glad for me, like, this has been my grail knife. And for me, it's lived up to the hype, and I'm glad. I've watched a lot of their videos online. I really like the company. I've signed up. I've put my name in the email sign up thing to hopefully get one of their rasks if my name ever gets drawn. It's just a real, for me, it's been a great EDC knife. Like I said, it's nice looking, but it's also functional. I mean, look at the grip. The ergonomics are just, I can't say enough how comfortable this knife is. And I can choke up here, which I really like, especially on bigger blades. I like it when there's a little area to choke up on. This, you know, the crown spine is super comfortable when you get your thumb on there. One, it's comfortable, it looks good. It's just, I like it when the company crowns a spine. It kind of finishes off the knife. A lot of people get that double bounce. I only do it if I slam it down like that super hard. I think it was that weird angle for camera. I'm gonna take it apart, and yeah, see, it doesn't do it if I just let it drop normal. If I just let it fall, it's fine. I don't know, guys. I love everything about this knife. I love the milling, how they've, you know, basically made a blade with a CNC machine and left the milling lines in and then just put an edge on there. I think it's fantastic looking. There you can see that over travel disc a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, I got the knife I wanted, and I know I'm a little biased because I wanted this knife so bad and for so long, but honestly, it's been everything I've wanted in a knife. So, and it's made me not want to carry other knives that I own because of it. Like, this might be my next, I'm trying to decide if this or this is going to be my next carry for a month, and I don't want to carry either of them, honestly. I mean, because this thing is, it's just such a great EDC knife and tool. For me, it's the way I use a knife. It hasn't anything super hard duty. For my EDC stuff, it's a lot of package opening and stuff like that. I did do some yard work with it a couple weeks ago. Got the sprinklers, you know, going, and some of them were stuck, and I did do some light prying. They're and it's plastic, you know, your underground sprinklers, the caps wouldn't come up, and got in there a little bit and popped them up so they would get ready for the spring. But there you go, guys. There's my 1 month carry update. It's been kind of a rambling, gushing love story for the Grimsmo Norseman, and I'm sorry, but I'm not, because that's how much I love this knife. I think it's a fantastic knife. If you don't want to spend the $900 and some for a new one, you can get these on the secondary market for a lot cheaper. So there you go, guys. My thoughts on the Grimsmo Norseman, and I am going to do, just because I love this knife so much, I'll do maybe a teardown and cleaning video of the knife, so stay tuned for that. And I'll also probably do, because there has been a lot of shade thrown at this knife lately, and I don't think it's fair, so I might do a video on that, like, is it still relevant or whatever. I'll probably do that next time I'm home in a week. I'm home for 3 days, so we're going to take off go on the road again for a week, and then I'll be back, so I'll probably do a video then about it, so look for that in like a week or so. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Drop a comment down below, question, anything you have, and that's it for now. But stay tuned, this isn't the end. I just want to get through all these other carries so I can get this thing back in my pocket, because it's a dream, and it sucks when you can't carry your favorite knife. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.